Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Doyle, aka the Big D of Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews, back again with another TV log in my spook-tacular October. This time I bring to you The Munsters. The Munsters was a really fun-filled sitcom premiering on CBS in September of 1964. That's right, it turned 55 last month. Almost close to about the same time the Addams Family did on ABC that same year. Well, I will say that this was just as more fun as the Addams Family was, because this was more about a monster type of family. The head of the household is the Frankenstein monster type head of the household, Herman Munster, played by Fred Gwynne. Of course, a lot of you people know him best from his playing of Judd Crandall in the original Pet Sematary. Now, of course, even before he did this, he starred in the extremely underrated 60s sitcom Car 54, Where Are You? Then, next up is his wife of a vampire, Lily, played by Yvonne DiCarlo. Yes, and then, of course, there's one more vampire, the over-the-hill grandpa, played by Al Lewis, who relishes talking about the good old days. Then, of course, they have the all-American beauty made as the family outcast, Marilyn Munster, originally played by Beverly Owen, and then later played by Pat Priest. And then, of course, there is the half-vampire, half-werewolf son of theirs, Eddie Munster, played by Butch Patrick, who, of course, would later go on to star on the Saturday morning series Lidsville in 1971. Anyway, this was a satire of both traditional monster movies and the wholesome family fare of the era. And it was produced by the same people that gave us Leave It to Beaver, and was produced by the same company that did this, which were for Cairo View and Universal. Anyway, the show had only 2 seasons, just like the Addams Family. However, it lasted 70 episodes overall. But even so, the Munsters live at 1313 Mockingbird Lane in the city of Mockingbird Heights. I'm sorry to give this heads up, since it's been a long time since I've last watched this show. Anyway, the running gag of the series is that the family, while decidedly odd, consider themselves fairly typical working-class people of the era. Now, Herman, like many husbands of the 60s, is the sole wage earner in the family, though Lily and Grandpa make short-lived attempts to earn money from time to time. While Herman is the head, Lily makes many decisions too. Yeah. Anyway. But anyway, despite the novel approach of the family being mostly supernatural creatures, except for Marilyn, of course, the show followed the typical family sitcom formula of the era. The well-meaning father, the nurturing mother, the eccentric live-in relative, the naive teenager, and the precocious child. Now, actually, the costumes and appearances of family members, other than Marilyn, were based on the classic monsters of Universal Studios films of the 1930s and 1940s. Of course, you know, like Dracula and Frankenstein. Heck, even maybe the Wolfman. I mean, considering Eddie's part vampire, part werewolf. Anyway, the studio was able to use the copyright designs, including their iconic version of Frankenstein's monster for Herman. Now, other studios were free to make films with the Frankenstein creature, for example, but could not use the costume and style of makeup originally created by Jack Pierce from the classic Frankenstein film from 1931. But anyway, The Munsters is a pretty hysterical series. I do know the show currently became a bigger success in syndication, and I've seen it a few times. I think on TBS and maybe on Nick at Night, perhaps even TV Land. Now, they even actually aired it on Cartoon Network's sister channel Boomerang, along with the Addams Family, for the entire month of October. Yeah, can you believe it? Now, currently, the show airs on the Diginet Cozy TV. So check your listings if you have that channel in your area. I'm sorry we don't have it though. But anyway, it's pretty good to know that show's still going. Anyway, in 2004, the show actually got released on DVD. Its first season came out in August of 2004, and a year later, in October of the following year, the second season followed. In February of 2013, both sets were re-released. And then later, about 3 years after the second season came out, Universal released the complete series on DVD, but later got re-released 8 years later. Anyway, I'm really happy to hear this, but now I don't have the series. I kind of feel like I should. But anyway, there's all sorts of fun-filled stuff, including the, well, televised, revised version of the series. Well, of some other stuff, including, well, it's not a factual reimagining, but they're, oh yes. In 1981, they were back for a special reunion in The Munsters' Revenge on NBC. But that wasn't where most of the cast was back, except they got two different actors for Marilyn and Eddie. Joe McDonald as Marilyn and Casey Martell did Eddie, since Butch Patrick was already grown up at the time. But, however, it wasn't their first big type of flick. After the cancellation of the series, despite it was going up against the Batman TV series, which premiered earlier in 1966, the show ended. But however, like the Flintstones did, which was also canceled that same year, the Munsters actually made their big screen debut in Munster Go Home. I've seen this 2 or 3 times, and I'm going to say that movie's pretty darn funny. Now, of course, they got a girl named Debbie Watson to take over the role of Marilyn after Pat Priest had left in sort of a controversial move. But the rest of the cast was, however, there. But anyway, I really do think that was pretty good too. You can actually find that in a double feature with the Munsters Revenge, or you can find both movies in the Munsters Complete Series set. If you've not seen the Munsters, I'd highly recommend you give it a try. It's pretty spook-tacular fun. I think you really like it. But anyway, let me know what you thought about this series. Oh, there were some other things. There was sort of a Munsters little animated series focusing on kind of young versions of them, I think. I don't remember, but it aired on the ABC Saturday Superstar movie. There was also a 1980s syndicated version, a continuation called The Munsters Today. I've never seen it. I've heard of it, though. And that was when Universal was churning out shows for syndication, like Charles in Charge, which had just returned after being dropped from CBS, and the extremely underrated sci-fi sitcom Out of This World, which this did a little better than the original series, though, however. Let me quickly check my source. Let's see. Yeah, that show lasted for 3 seasons, as a matter of fact. So, now you know, but with different actors playing the particular characters. So anyway, now you know about the Munsters. Check out this classic series. I think you'll really like it. Well, anyway, let me know what you thought about the Munsters in the comment section. Again, like and subscribe to my channel, and thank you very much for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.